On that. We got Damian Woody Field Yates here to talk about this. A unique situation, Field. You got to put it that way. A brilliant young quarterback on your roster and a Super Bowl winning quarterback on your roster. What do you see the Eagles doing here?
Well, I think they have to consider fielding trade offers for Nick Foles. The value for Nick Foles will never be higher, despite the fact that he has just 1 year left on his contract. But it's at a manageable price point. He's just played, even with that 2013 season factored in, the best stretch of football in his career. And the Patriots, Bill Belichick had this quote when they traded Jimmy Garoppolo. Ultimately, it's just not sustainable financially to pay two good quarterbacks for the long haul. So if Nick Foles sticks around in Philadelphia, it might just be for one more year. Now, you never know when you need insurance until you need insurance at the quarterback spot. So I don't think Philly is going to be inclined to just give Nick Foles away, but with no second or third round pick this year, I think they have to listen to offers.
What do you think the value would be for Nick Foles? You say he's at his highest point right now.
I was going to say, I would think a second round pick has to be at least the floor for Philadelphia. It might be more depending on the circumstances because, as we know in the NFL, quarterback trade is not made in a vacuum. It depends on who you're trading with and how bad their need actually is.
Okay, you were with the Patriots when the Bledsoe-Brady transition happened. Not the same deal, I get that. How do you see this situation resolving? Not even resolving, but how do they go forward with this situation?
I think this is a very peculiar situation. It really is. I would be of the mindset of keeping Nick Foles simply because we see what happened with Carson Wentz and with this ACL. Listen, outside of Adrian Peterson, who was like a machine when he went through ACL, these things typically take about a year. And I also factor in the style of play at the quarterback position. We know that Carson Wentz, he's a dynamic player, both with his arm and his legs, which also makes him susceptible to injuries like he sustained this past year. The backup quarterback position is one of the most highly sought-after positions on a roster. We talk about starting quarterbacks, pass rushers, but a backup quarterback, every team needs a good one. So if you give this guy away, you're really opening yourself up. If you're Philadelphia, if something happens to your quarterback, you could be in for a world of hurt. So listen, his value is sky high right now, but I don't know if I would trade Nick Foles, especially the fact that $7 million. That's pretty good.
They got Wentz on the rookie contract, so that they could afford to ride with those two guys. I don't think anyone's saying that Foles is a better quarterback than Wentz, but Foles is a guy who can win a Super Bowl with. So
that part is indisputable. You know what we call this, though? We call this an NFL first world problem.
Yeah,
this is good, right?
These are good problems.
Super Bowl champs riding high and having to make difficult decisions. They could recoup massive draft capital. Not a bad spot to be for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Field of Damian with us talking us through it. Good problem.